Hello one. Welcome to a video that should be relatively short. I kind of want to give a few examples on some hilt designs I would like to see. Hopefully at some point a company or somewhat would at least take some inspiration on some of the things I'm going to suggest. If not, this will at least be kind of a fun thing to start talking about at least, and maybe you all would probably like to throw in a few suggestions here and there as well. So, the one type of thing I like to see more of is lightsabers taking inspiration from real-world weaponry when it comes to mainly swords. Now, we have been seeing a few lightsabers taking inspiration from katanas. There's been plenty of those. And of course, there has been a few, but not as many as compared to katanas. There has been some longsword designs as well, but hopefully we'll start seeing more down the line, and I like to see more longsword designs that have more complex hilts, especially like longswords that started to develop into what would be referred to as a side sword. And I'll also have some images to kind of show off what I mean. Basically, more elaborate ways of protecting the hand with side rings, also starting to develop a guard for the knuckles. I figured that these will not only be a really nice looking addition to a lightsaber, but also it will be great for people who actually like to spar with their lightsabers. Having something that is added protection without having to go out and buy the type of padded gloves and whatnot would be pretty cool. But either way, I think these would be an elegant look altogether anyhow. Since we're on the topic of added hand protection, Saberforge had released a lightsaber that was based off a rapier, which is a pretty cool design itself. I haven't got a chance to actually mess around with it or anything. I don't have one yet. Maybe I'll like to get one in the future, but for right now, that's out of my possibility right now. But I would also like to see sabers that are more inspired by their actual namesake, their own namesake saber. Now, I'm pretty sure not all sabers have hand guards, but a good large portion of them have hand protection. And these can be very simple to kind of like D-guards, which just mainly protect the knuckles. You have ones that actually encase the hand a little bit more, like from the front and from the side, protecting the side of the hand. Or you have some that actually would cover the entire hand, which is more of a basket hilt, and those are mostly related to not sabers, but broadswords, or what would be some people would probably call a Scottish claymore. Sword names can be changed around pretty much when it comes to names, and a lot of people can have different, basically very different criteria on what typical swords are called. But basically something like that would be a really cool option out there, especially if you want to go for that whole Highlander look.
Neither asked nor given.
Now, a few other options out there I like to kind of throw out. I think one thing that I like to see that's not really a sword actually, no, not really. It's not really a sword-related type of weapon. It is kind of like pole arms. Be pretty fun to see. Pole arms like pole axes, halberds, maybe some spear. Having a lightsaber spear would be pretty awesome, I think. Oh, and maybe even a Danax. That would be pretty boss. A lightsaber Danax would be, oh, so awesome. And, you know, Vikings are in now, so... But I think I will leave this discussion pretty open for you guys to comment down below on what other things that you would probably like to see some more hilt designs. None of them don't have to necessarily relate to historical. If you have like other ones that are more fantasy based, that'll be just fine as it is. Let's just throw things out there and see what will be some pretty cool ideas. Now, I did mention with the whole sword names and classifications, things like that, that is something I'm not really going to go too in-depth in, because that can get... There's a lot of context. And for those who just heard that, are going to understand who I'm probably going to refer to when I'm going to put a video down below to a awesome channel, Matt Eastern of... I can't say his channel name for some reason. But anyway, he goes on through the whole classification and the context of like the different names of swords, and like how it's not as simple as a lot of people think it is, or a lot of swords would just be called swords in the historical context. But either way, please check that out. Awesome channel. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop ranting now. So please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And may the Force be with you always.